Is like talk radio today. I'm going to put them all up in a minute. I'm got to give you the latest. Okay, I went in msnbc. They're analyzing the low unemployment rate, and somebody on msnbc, I don't know his name, said this is bad news. The low unemployment rate is bad news. It's not, and then she asked why, because they did a poll among some of the people that are employed. And his answer was, some of them prefer not to have their jobs. I kid you not. Some of the employed, actually they interviewed them, and they would have preferred to not be working. So the low unemployment is actually bad news. Because the more people that are finding jobs, Trump is making those people work. I guess like slaves. I guess Trump, that's the narrative. Trump is like a modern day plantation owner. And many of these people that are now employed, it's like I guess that's why the black unemployment rate is at historic lows. Because according to the liberal media, it's not that black people really want jobs, because they just said Trump, many of those people don't want to work. That was the poll. Many don't want the jobs they have. Okay, that's one. They report this as news, with a straight face. They didn't say the blacks. I'm just telling you, though, they said the low unemployment numbers is bad news, because some of those people don't want to work. The other one on the Russian dossier, and I'll do a quick primer. The Russian dossier is a paper that has all of these allegations against Mr. Trump, meaning he did a lot of bad things when he was in Russia. And this paper was handed to Mr. John McCain, who is a U.S. Senator. Pray for him, he's got cancer problems. And Mr. McCain then handed it over to the Justice Department or FBI, one of the others. And this began a whole process of this investigation that's going on, the Russia collusion and all. But this paper was found out to be funded by Hillary Clinton's campaign and the DNC. And they had a British spy that put together a lot of this thing, and they also had a particular firm that was known to kind of make fake opposition research. So the production of this paper, and then for that to make it into the hands of, McCain was innocent when it was given to him, but for that same thing to make it into the hands of the Justice Department, FBI, to begin going after Trump, enough came out about this dossier, this Russian paper, which was basically a Democratic document, and it was fake, okay, unverified. This began the ball rolling with the Russian collusion. And CNN just talked about it. They showed clips from the last year, Mr. Clapper saying, this causes concern to us, because he initially said this is like blackmail against Mr. Trump. But they didn't know at that point what we know now. But CNN played all those old things. And then they are interviewing CNN. I think Brooke Baldwin's her name. She's interviewing someone else and saying, this Russia thing, every day news breaks in the context of there's so much illegality with Mr. Trump that even today something broke. And this is what she reported. Senator Grassley actually just sent a memo, or wants to investigate, finally, the illegality in the production of the false paper. Basically meaning this. Mr. Grassley today said we need to begin investigating more into the people who produced it, meaning we now need to realize that the DNC illegally colluded with Russia and Hillary and all in order to get this false document. That's what Mr. Grassley just did, the senator. And then, as they reported that, they said in the context, this shows more of Trump's wrongdoing. I hope you could understand that. If I reported something like some official went and committed a crime, and then that official who committed the crime tried to blame somebody else for that crime. And then they went after the other person and tried to frame him and said, look, there's so much, and even now they're going to investigate the real person who tried to frame the other person, and you still use that as that Trump is done. Trump is finished. I don't know if they even realize what they're doing and how it's nonstop. So I don't know what we'll title this one, but trust me, the low unemployment rate is not good news according to MSNBC, because some of those people who are working would prefer not to be employed. That's news. And they get mad if you call them fake news.